Hello, folks. I was talking to Gun Nut earlier tonight. Well, I wasn't really talking to him. We were trading messages back and forth on YouTube, and we were discussing various rifle calibers. He's looking at buying either an AR or a AK. So basically, his choices were between 7.62 by 39 or 5.56 223. During the discussion, I mentioned that during my last video, I also mentioned that your choice of caliber should really be determined by what you plan on using it for. I know it's personal taste to a certain degree, but I mean the different bullets are meant for different things. The 223, 5.56, whatever you want to call it, it's basically the same bullet. It's designed more to, I guess, wound than to kill. It has to be. It functions within certain tolerances. It's designed to enter your body, and it begins to tumble. Let's pretend this big thing here is actually the size of a 223. Let's say the whole thing is just a 223, right? Really big version. When it enters your body, it's designed to start tumbling like so as it passes through you, and fragment and create its damage like that. Whereas larger caliber ammunition is designed to create shock and bigger exit wounds. So I was reading an article online about how the U.S. Army in Afghanistan is encountering fighting outside of the effective range of the weapons they have, the M4s, the M16s, that use the 5.56. And the problem they were encountering was that when they would hit the enemy, generally all they would manage to do is give them a wound, but it wouldn't be a fatal wound. And the 7.62 ammunition being shot at them still does its job when it hits. So the name of the article is Taking Back the Infantry Half Kilometer. And they discuss the various ranges that the weapons are effective at and whatnot. And I'm personally of the opinion that the 7.62 still has a very bright future. They're talking about bringing back the M14. They're calling it the Enhanced Battle Rifle now. And it's a 7.62 by 51. So it's the same size as the M40 light machine guns that they have. Or is it the M40 SAW? I don't know. Either way, it's the M40. They both use 7.62 by 51. This is 7.62 by 39. This goes with my Wasser. I think the this is more of a, I would say probably more of a close range cartridge. Effective up to, oh geez, I would say it's most effective under 100 yards. If you have optics on it, you can do better. You can do a lot better. As much as you want to sight it in and as good as your optics are, you can be a pretty effective combatant or whatever you're shooting at, whether you're deer hunting or whatever, out to maybe 200, 250, 300 if ideal conditions. 300 is kind of pushing it even for a 5.56. And for me, I'm not having a problem with the accuracy on my 7.62. This is about 25 yards or so. And maybe you can see all of these, but not a single shot missed. This one here just grazed the scalp. But it is definitely, take off some bone or what. If you're aiming at a rabbit or whatever, the rabbit would be down. You wouldn't have to worry about, your dinner that night. Really, I think the problem is that people expect their rifle to be able to do everything. and it's just not realistic. No matter what weapon you have, it's going to have limitations. It has its base capabilities. This here is designed to engage at fairly close range. It's designed to be reliable, rugged, shoot under basically any conditions, and never really fall apart on you. You can let them rust. I wouldn't recommend it. You can let them rust if you want, and they'll still shoot. You can clog them up with dirt. All you need to do is run a board brush through it, and that'll clean it out, and you'll be able to shoot it again. No problem. There's no such thing as a perfect weapon system. The most effective weapon on Earth is the knife. After 500,000 years of mankind, we started with flint knives and stone weapons and stuff. The knife remains. It is still in our inventory. It is still a very capable, deadly weapon. There's no such thing as a perfect weapon, but I would say the knife was probably the most time-tested weapon in humanity's arsenal. There's almost no defense against a knife. If you're within 10 feet of someone, they can be on you, and they can do their business on you, and you have basically no real defense. The stuff you see online and on TV about these guys who they parry the knife strokes with their arms. Well, let me tell you, you're going to get tore up like that. And these knives are no joke. It's not like the movies where you just get a little shallow scratch or a little gash. These things will tear a person up. I mean, it will go all the way to your bone. It will hit arteries in your body. You'll go into shock. Your effectiveness, your ability to fight back is greatly reduced at that point, and you're at the mercy of the wielder. So you have the knife, and then you have this. They're both good at their jobs. They both have a role that they fill. You can even combine them. Check this out. Oops. I'm going to do it like that. There we go. There we go. You can combine them. Now, you lose some of your effectiveness with your knife, but you also gain reach. I mean, you can combine your weapons, and what you lose by carrying a rifle is your ability to inflict quick melee damage. Well, you have a knife now on there. Doesn't mean it's not the same as having a knife in your hand with your flexible wrist and being able to use it. But it does add a certain level of intimidation. I mean, I didn't have to stick the bayonet on there and show you guys, but it's cool, so why not? What I'm saying is, no matter what weapon you pick, it's going to have its advantages, going to have its disadvantages. Pick something that you want to go shoot, that you think you'll be able to use well. I would recommend probably, if you're in the market for getting a weapon and you don't have the money for an AR, buy an AK in the meantime. It's better to have an AK in your hands than have an AR on layaway. Alright? Simple enough. And like I said, I think the 7.62 is going to make a comeback. It's being proven again and again that the 223, while it's very effective at wounding targets, it's not effective at killing a target unless you're shooting at small game. And again, I guess it depends on what you're using it for. The 7.62 can shoot through a car, through one side out the other if you don't hit the engine. 223, I'm not sure if it'll be able to do that. It might fall apart, because that's what it's designed to do. It's not designed to really penetrate stuff too well, I guess. I guess it depends on the ammunition loads. But, this is all just my humble opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I really wanted to talk about the effectiveness of the 7.62. I think you can go through a cinder block wall with it. You can tear down a cinder block wall. You can shoot through cars. I don't recommend you go out and shoot through someone's car to prove it, but it can. So this is pretty much the weapon system that I wanted to talk about. I know it's nothing new to people. No great revelation to anyone, but I just thought I would mention it and try to pass on what advice I have. I'm still a brand new AK owner myself. I just got this earlier this month. I don't know everything there is to know about the weapon, but in this short amount of time, I've learned quite a bit. And that's another plus, I think, for the AK, is how simple it is to use. It's the farmer's assault rifle.